Welcome back to Wing Chun tonight. In this video, we're going to be going over the wooden man. Now, first let me say that with this type of wooden man where it's the straps that strap onto a device, you want to make sure that if you're going to practice with it, you want to strap onto something like a wave master or a tree. Do not strap onto a balance beam like I've done right here. Balance beam. Do not strap onto a load-bearing beam like I've done right here. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. But you would want to put the arms onto something like a wave master, punching bag, or a tree. So, first let's go over what exactly are these parts on the wooden man. Right? So what we have here are the left arm and the right arm up top, the low arm, and the leg protruding from here. Now when it comes to what height you want your wooden man to be, you want the top arms to be about, I'd say, between your collarbone and your nipples. You want the low arm to be in line with your dantian or bladder, which is just under the belly button, but above the pelvis. And the leg, you want that to be about knee height. In this case, we have the leg protruding, and we have this being represented as the end of the leg, while this is being represented as the knee. So, as far as exactly what parts are what when it comes to the wooden man, like how these represent the parts on a human body, the top arms are a little bit ambiguous. You could be seeing them as coming out like this on a person. They could be part of a guard, like the orthodox MMA stance or the Muay Thai stance. These could also be coming across like this, because you'll notice that these arms aren't the full length of an arm. They're about the length of a forearm or the humerus. So what we do, so in the form, like let's take the left arm for example. This is not so much representing like an arm that's coming across this way. It's more representing an arm that's punching straight, and you've blocked it, so it ends up pointing out in this direction. You'll notice that if you see other wooden man dummies like this, the arms aren't sticking straight through as if they're punching at you. They're branching off to the sides to indicate that you've been blocking them, and this is actually where they'd be located if they were blocked, like so. The low arm can represent a low punch, like so. If somebody's throwing something like a low back to your knuckle, or could possibly be an uppercut that's coming up, you could be stopping it right in the process, and that's what this arm represents. This arm can also represent a knee strike coming up, or if someone is planning on kicking you by first chambering their leg, you could see that coming and immediately block it to keep them from kicking out. Or you could go to the side, block it to the side. Now the leg's pretty self-explanatory. It represents the lead leg that's coming toward you. So you could be moving out to the side, kicking toward their knee. You could also be moving in where you're checking the leg. And you could also, let's say you're grabbing their arms up top, pulling back for a trick to knock them down. Now, as for other guards, when it comes to like the high arms and the low arms, let's say you've got one arm doing the high arm, the other arm that's low. You could interpret that as a guard this way, to where you've got the high arm here on the left, the low arm on the right, and you can immediately just think about moving in and blocking both of those arms, and then striking while following up. Now, when practicing drills with the wooden man, you can stand at it as they stand in front of it in the form, where your mother line is in line with the intersection between the two top arms and also in line with the low arm here. Or you can stand this way, where your mother line is in line with one of the top arms, and you could be using this in a way to where you're imagining somebody's punching straight at you, in which case you can block and strike simultaneously using a variety of blocks. You can use the tanda. You can use a bong sao, grab, and chop. You can even use traps to control the arm. You can also use this as a drill for shifting in your turning stance. Like, let's say I'm shifting to my left as I block and strike. I could be shifting as I grab and striking there, or striking low, or pulling into a kick, kicking the person off balance. So, that's some of the various things you can do with the wooden man, and that's sort of what the different arms and legs represent. In the form, these are typically representing the opposite sides of the hands that are out, meaning when practicing on a person, you want to think of the arms like this, because it's like they're punching out at you and you've already blocked them. And that's what these arms represent here when you're practicing the form. That was the introduction and explanation to the wooden man. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and stay awesome. See you all next time. Take care.